Now we are going to do the density of a liquid. We like to measure the density of this copper sulphate solution you see here. So for that we will do this 3 times, one with the aluminum block, okay, next with the steel block, and next with the lead block we used earlier. Alright, so basically you're going to get the buoyant force for each of these blocks. You did that earlier, so you can copy the data there, and then from that you should be able to find the volume or for all these 3 objects which you already found earlier, because when you get the density you got the volume anyway, so record those values. But now I'm going to show you how we measure the buoyant force. Alright, okay, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to take the copper sulphate, put it on the scale, and then of course we need to re-zero it, so it's 0 right now. Alright, and then I need to find the buoyant force in copper sulphate. Alright, so basically I need to hang this object and make sure that the I try to find the mass of displaced water, which will be the buoyant force anyway. So let me raise up a little bit here and hang the, okay, I'll do it for the aluminum block first. Alright, here we go. So this is the aluminum block. So looks like I may need to raise it a little bit more here. Alright, and so here's the aluminum block, so it's hanging freely. Okay, so I need to bring it down into the copper sulphate and see what's the mass of displaced copper sulphate. Okay, so if I know that, then I can basically, I know the mass, I guess. Okay, I can use the mass for the density. Alright, so let me lower it down. Okay, and trying to see how much mass is displaced the copper sulphate. Anyway, so let me lower it down by this particular object. Okay, the object is almost in the water. Alright, so it's floating nicely in the water. So you see that this is the mass of displaced water. I'm sorry, mass of displaced copper sulphate by the aluminum block. Okay, so here we go. So that's the one for aluminum block. Next I'm going to do it for the next block, which will be the steel block. Alright, so here is the steel block. I'll take the loop I used earlier, something like this, and I hang my steel block, bring it over here. Alright, and then again I do the same thing again, but make sure that the reading is 0 before I start. So the reading is 0, and then I try to submerge this. Okay, so here we go. I bring it down and try to put it in the liquid and try to read the value. Okay, so hopefully you can read the mass of displaced copper sulphate by the steel block. Next I'm going to do it for the lead block, which is right here. Here we go. So once again I make sure the reading is 0, so make sure you 0 that. Okay, so now if I submerge it here, it is going to displace some copper sulphate, and we can see how much displaced by the, okay, so here is the one displaced by the so this is the mass of copper sulphate displaced by the lead singer. Alright, yep, that's it.